Everyone, Gemini here. I'm kind of in the middle of getting ready, so I am not fully dressed. But it's okay because I wanted to do part 4 before I go out of town. Um, so yeah, I think I left off on let's see. So I talked about how after Aubrey had told me about herself and how she felt about herself, me and my husband decided, like, okay, we're gonna let her do this. We're gonna let her be herself. Um, what I did was I called the doctor and I told him, look, my son just told me this, and we need to get together and see what we can do for him. Um, that's the only thing I knew what to do, because really, because I have a worker, because not because I'm a bad mom or did something wrong, but because when you have guardianship of a child that is non-blood related to you, and I'm getting because she can't get her Medi-Cal through welfare, because she's not blood related to me in any way. I have to go through foster care. She's not in foster care, but she gets benefits through foster care. I hope you guys understand that. Because in order for her to get her benefits, especially when it comes to medical wise, which she has a lot of issues with that, I need to go through them in a program that they have, that foster care provides. So now that that's out of the way, I took Aubrey to the doctor, and I had told her, I researched a lot of things under transgender, what it all means, and I asked her if what AJ had was gender dysphoria. It's the desire to be the opposite sex. That's basically the definition of it, and so yeah, that's the technical term for that, gender dysphoria. So what happened was, she's like, okay, well, we need to see. She asked her questions, and AJ said everything he told me to the doctor, and the doctor's like, okay, so we're gonna, because I had moved to the high desert and her doctor was an hour away from me, I got a hold of my worker. My worker got a hold of another like department that specializes in this, and they're like, okay, well, we need AJ to see a therapist. And I was like, well, then let's do that, because I would benefit from it too, because I'm still confused on how to deal with certain things like that. Basically, it was to a point where he would dress as a girl at home, and right before we left the house to go pick up my daughter, I would put him in boy clothes. And then when we got home, he would be like, can I take this off now? Like, he was wearing a costume all day. And I tell him, yeah, go ahead. And he'll run to his room and go put on his girl clothes and call it a day. And he was like, much better. And he'd go like this, much better. And he was happy, when he was home. But when we left, he would cry, because he knew that by that time it was time to change back into a boy. And I hated doing that to him. The day that it really hit me, my daughter had an assembly, and I remember AJ asking if I can paint his nails, and I never let him paint his nails, obviously. So that day I decided, the day before her assembly, I decided, yeah, you know what? Let's paint your nails. So I polished his nails this really pretty pink color, and he loved it. He loved that on him. Like, he was like, thank you. Oh my gosh, like, I look beautiful. Well, the next day, it was my daughter's assembly, and I took Aubrey with me, dressed as a boy, forgetting that I had that pink nail polish on him. There was just tables, and we're at one table, and Aubrey was sitting on the side of me, and not too close, but just a little, like a little bit, a person, you know. So I'm sitting there, and I keep feeling her scoot more and closer to me, and I'm like, "What's the matter?" And then she's like, "The boys are laughing at me." And I was like, and I looked at her and I said, "What are they laughing about?" And he goes, and I looked over at them, and there's these two boys that were obviously went to that school, and they're like, he's a girl, he has nail polish on, and it's just like they're like laughing at him like, "You're a girl." And that was the first time I witnessed that hatred, that negativity that she's gonna face for the rest of her life. I looked over at Aubrey and I said, "Tell him that's right, I am a girl." And so then Aubrey goes, "That's right, I am a girl." And he goes, "Thank you, Mama." And I was like, "Good job." And then those boys just kind of like, and they stopped. And we went on with the assembly. We went home, and I was like, "You know what? Go put your girl clothes on. I'm sorry." Like, that's when I realized, like, if I can't get my head together and be there and support him, then I felt like then I was putting myself in that position of, I'm no better than those kids that were saying, "You're a girl." So that was the day that I changed my outlook on everything, because I had to be that voice for him because he was so tiny. So that day I said, "What do you want for your birthday? Like, what do you want to do? What do you want for your birthday?" And he said, "I want to get my ears pierced." And I was like, that would be awesome, because he had short hair, and it was really hard to go on with short hair and put a headband on and still pass as a girl. Like, it was really hard. So I was like, "Okay, well, let's go get your ears pierced." And I took her to Walmart, and I'll post a picture, and we got her ears pierced. And then that weekend was her birthday, and I'll post a picture. This is how she dressed on her third birthday. This was the first time anybody had seen her in my family dressed as a girl. It was more like her coming out party. It was beautiful. Like, everybody's like, "What do we get her for her birthday?" And I was like, "You know what? Get her everything I wouldn't let her play with. Get her everything. I didn't let her play with princess stuff. Give her princess stuff. Dressing up, get her dress up stuff. Get her fake makeup. Get her jewelry, stuff like that. Get her everything I wouldn't let her play with. Get it for her. Purses, dolls, everything, And they did. We had a neutral theme, which was Despicable Me. So it was all Minions, and Minion cake, Minion jumper, everything was Minion. And all the gifts that she got was all girl stuff. One of the gifts that I'm going to show you right now is a book called I Am Jazz. And my best friend, Robin, bought this book for him because he never heard of Jazz Jennings. And right before his birthday, I Am Jazz just aired, the very first season. And I was like, you know what? I was like, we got to watch this show, because this little girl, she transitioned when she was Aubrey's age. She told her mom at 2 years old that she was trapped. I was like, I want to know what she had to say to her mom. I want to know how her mom dealt with it. And we're like, okay, so what happened was I told Robin, I was like, you know what? She made a book, and it's a children's book. She's still, like, she was only like 14, but find a picture of Jazz Jennings and I'll post it right here. She's beautiful. She is a beautiful girl. And so my friend had bought this book for Aubrey on her birthday. And I read this story to her. Oh my gosh, that day that she got it, I had to read it all day because she was like, "That's me, that's me," and it was, it was amazing. We started watching the show, and then I started noticing that basically the stuff that Jazz Jennings had said to her mother, Aubrey had said to me. The whole, I have a girl brain and a boy body. Like, she didn't even know that show was coming on. Like, nobody even heard of Jazz Jennings yet. Like, my family didn't. So for her to say, I have girl brains and a boy body, I was like, holy crap. That's exactly what Aubrey said to me. And I was just taken back by it. I was amazed. So let me go get the book. I Am Jabs. So this is the little girl. And I will show you a picture of her. That's her. That is Jazz Jennings. She's beautiful, right? I'm very proud of her. And this right here, this book, it was like a lifesaver for her. So I want to introduce you to my daughter, Aubrey. Come here, baby. This is my little Jazz Jennings. Say hi, everybody.
Hey.
What's your name?
Aubrey.
Aubrey. So, I hope you like this video. And I want to introduce you to my other daughter, Adrina. Come here. These are my babies. My other two are not here for this video because they're we don't get them this weekend, but this is my family. And I will make more videos because a lot of you guys responded with such beautiful comments and asking when I was going to do the fourth one, and hopefully this is not the last. So I have two beautiful girls. I hope you liked this video. Please like and subscribe, and yeah. These are happy tears, by the way. I have to cry at least one time in my videos.